Hey there guys, this is Josh James here with our annual review of the Call of Duty beta. I've more or less been trying to keep up this standard every year because this is a franchise that I grew up with and it's something that I invest time into with friends and invest time into on my own time. Call of Duty is a franchise that I would say is important to me, whether it be Treyarch Zombies or the multiplayer, and I've got to say, ultimately, this year, I feel like everything that was promised in the presentation is very much there. Modern Warfare has its feel that they introduced in 2019, but it leans even further into that dynamic and the handling. Everything feels like there's weight to it. The gunplay is very much up to a modern standard. What I've got here is a round of gameplay from a no commentary stream that I did just to get my bearings and sort of figure out the game. I wanted to capture the first match that I had gotten during that day so that I could best showcase what I think to be the standard way of playing, or at least from my point of view. One of the things that you'll notice right there is that the point counter, we're no longer going off of eliminations, we're going off of kills, and your assists are split by percentage of health taken down on an enemy. So you'll notice that these assist there said assist 95. My guess is, without actually delving into any specific stats or anything like that, would be that they're splitting XP based off of who gets the final shot off on an enemy. They get the 100 point and kill added to their KD, and the assist, much as we've always known, will be counted as an assist. So you get more points for participating in a kill and getting an assist, but you do not get the stacked elimination just for having partaken in a kill. They're really trying to allow the proper separation there. The people who are getting the kills as opposed from the people who are just jumping in on the sides. So you're going to see less and less players have insane KDs, which I think is nice. You're really going to be able to see who's actually bringing something to the table during your matches now. That being said, from the other side of that, there's also the potential that they celebrate kill stealing. That's something that caught my attention as I was playing and sort of gave me the impression that this is something that they're trying and that it may not be there for the full release. If it is, I hope that there are some tweaks and balances to that system. Ultimately, I think that this is something that could highly benefit the gameplay, purely from a sense that you'll know who on your team is actually pulling their weight and who on your team is putting the effort into the victory there. That's counted across the board as well, not just on kills, but on the participation level. So one thing I've noticed about the new perk system is, so you have your base perks, which are accessible from the beginning of the game, and then you have reward perks that are given to you throughout the match, which from my understanding of playing the game, I noticed I got my perks a lot quicker when I was playing as a team, more than when I was playing lone wolf style. The closer I was to my teammates and the more I got savior medals, the quicker I would get my higher level perks. It could be anything from like avenging fallen teammates as well, but sticking close to your team is highly beneficial in this game. It almost always guarantees that you have an upper hand, just in the way that the encounters are set up in this game. I noticed that every single time I 1v2'd even, I struggled to make it out of the firefight alive, which is not something I can say for the rest of the franchise. I guess, for example, in 2020 launch of Black Ops Cold War, one of the major things in that one is the classic, every Black Ops game, you can always expect the very arcadey gameplay. You can always expect that things are going to go much more fast-paced, much more towards the side of the player that has the drop on everybody, whereas Modern Warfare continues to be the game that heralds in player cooperation and team plays and strategizing and flanking and all those different aspects to your gameplay there. One thing that I wanted to mention as well, the new mobility system. So the new mobility system, when I say that, I'm referring to the fact that they have both a slide and they have a diving mechanic. What we were told during the presentation was that the diving was brought back as a means to escape combat quickly, which I've seen that almost every single time that I've used it, that I've been able to find my myself in a much better situation in general by using dive. Sliding, much like it always is, it gets you low and it gets you into cover or into a room quickly with a smaller hitbox. So it definitely still useful to slide, but dolphin diving, as we all called it back in the day on Black Ops 2, is easily the best get the hell out of Dodge as soon as possible. And that could be whether you're diving out of a room where someone's tossed in a grenade, whether that is you walk into a hallway and there's cover and there is someone opening fire on your position. That really gives you quick access to an escape route. In most cases, straight down is going to be your best bet. I have to mention too is mantling. So this game adds a mechanic where you can mantle onto higher ledges, but as opposed to just throwing yourself over the walls, now you actually have the opportunity to bring yourself up partially and aim over with a sidearm, which is not a thing I ever thought I would be doing in Call of Duty, but here we are. In 2022, we now have a proper mantling system. Definitely an interesting time for Call of Duty fans out there. If you have any doubts about this year's release, I bid you to take caution in the fact that it is not designed for lone wolf players. It is not designed for the modern Call of Duty player. I think this takes everything that modern Call of Duty players know, brings it back enough to the old players that we can sit and enjoy it, but also changes enough that the old players can say that it's not just a reskin. So that's one of the biggest praises I can offer this game, is it's the Call of Duty we love, but also new enough that it's intriguing and that it brings an offering unlike the other games that we've come to know. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. I just wanted to give you my quick thoughts on Modern Warfare 2 since I got my hands on the beta this weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great one.